Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. The Undertaker recently said that he thinks women like Michelle McCool, Melina, and Natalia deserve more credit. Of course, he's going to say Michelle McCool, that's his wife, but I don't know what more credit he thinks they deserve. Those women are trailblazers. Everyone knows that they paved the way for women's wrestling currently in this era, but it was also the way they were booked. The way they were booked wasn't as good. And if we're being really honest, they weren't as competent professional wrestlers as the women wrestling today. I mean, you have people like Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Sasha Banks. Those women really elevated the women's division, if we're being honest, because they could actually wrestle inside of the ring. Yes, back in the day with Melina and Michelle McCool and all those types of people, they were booked poorly. It was more of a sexual act. I understand that that's the case, and it's not on the women that actually were doing the job they were supposed to do or were told to do, but they also weren't as good in the ring. Let's be honest. Yes, some were incredible. Some were absolutely incredible. Michelle McCool is very, very capable in the ring. Lita, very capable in the ring. But people like Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks and Bayley and Becky Lynch are the ones that really created this women's evolution, leading to the second women's evolution pay-per-view in Atlanta. And then you talk about the Queen of the Ring tournament. I mean, ideally, I would love to see Roxanne Perez win that tournament, but I don't think that's going to happen. Potentially, you could see Asuka win that tournament and face Io Sky for the championship. That would be incredible. But I understand where Undertaker is coming from, saying that those women, yes, deserve more credit, but more credit for what exactly? Who deserve more credit are the women that actually were really good in the ring and then carried that women's division that allowed the Evolution pay-per-view to be even, or PLE, that even to be something that should be considered, that you can have a match full of women and the matches are really solid and really good and really entertaining and people are drawn to those matches. So we have to be honest about what credit they kind of deserve, and I understand where Undertaker is coming from. People should get their flowers for doing what they're doing and carrying WWE in certain eras and doing exactly what they were told to do and being really good at those things, even if the booking was atrocious and bad and all those sorts of things. I understand where he's coming from. Obviously, that's his wife and he should have her back all the time. I agree with that, but I'm really not sure where he's headed with that. Deserve more credit, but we'll see in the Queen of the Ring tournament, which is going great, and we'll see at the Evolution pay-per-view who main events that, what kind of matches they put on, and all those sorts of things. And then we move on to, of course, our favorite subject here at Pro Wrestling Daily, which is the internet wrestling community. Nick Khan was recently stated or saying in some sort of interview that he encourages his writers, the WWE writers, not to book for the internet wrestling community, which is a small minority, but to book for the WWE universe. And I think that's very, very sound advice, because you're going to get a lot of really small sort of directional information when it comes to the internet wrestling community. I mean, after Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble, the internet wrestling community, me included, said that's a bad decision, that's a bad choice. And you can now see still, like, we're in June, he's still getting great crowd reactions, he's still very over, he's still very popular, people still love him. So the internet wrestling community was wrong. They were wrong about that one, and they have a very loud voice, but they're a small minority we want to book, and he encourages his writers to book for the larger WWE universe, which wants to see stories and characters and great matches, not this weird internet wrestling community niche, which really just hates everything. They sort of hate watch wrestling, which I don't understand. I watch and love wrestling because I love wrestling, and I hope the people that watch this show love wrestling also, and that's what we should be encouraging. And maybe Nick Khan doesn't make all great decisions, just like any business person or CEO doesn't make all the right decisions, but encouraging his WWE writers to book for the majority of the WWE universe, I think, is a smart idea, because then we can push the right characters and the right storylines, and then we can use our voice as fans to get people what they deserve, potentially like a Karrion Kross recently happens with R-Truth and Ron Killing. So I think that's the right move when it comes to Nick Khan and him encouraging his WWE writers. And then we move on sort of to the last part of today's video, which is John Cena. John Cena, for whatever you have to say about his heel run, which me personally, I haven't seen it as going great. It seems a little forced. I think what's happening now with CM Punk, just because he has so much great chemistry with CM Punk, I see this being the best part of his heel run, considering CM Punk is extremely over and he's a really good babyface in this moment for the heel John Cena. I think this is really where it's going to pick up, but I'd love for him to turn back babyface towards the back half of the farewell tour and really go out on the John Cena that we know and love. Now, if he had turned heel 10 years ago when we were actually booing him with the John Let's Go Cena, Cena sucks chants, that may have been less forced. It's forced now because they wanted this shock and awe factor, which I get for his last year in WWE, but it's fallen a little flat. But besides that, he's been at every major WWE PLE. I think there's been 6 of them. John Cena has been at every single one of them. So when John Cena says he's going to commit to something, he absolutely does, and I respect the hell out of that, no matter what you think of his heel run so far, which again, I am saying has fallen a little bit flat, but I think is going to really pick up speed and pick up momentum with CM Punk, potentially with Cody Rhodes winning the King of the Ring tournament and facing John Cena. And we also have this tension brewing between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. They've been in the ring 2 times now together, and they have not touched each other. Seth Rollins and company have not attacked Cody Rhodes twice now. Is this meaning, is there an underlying meaning to this, saying potentially that Cody Rhodes is going to join Seth Rollins and company and finally turn heel, which potentially could turn John Cena back babyface? Or are you going to see a heel Randy Orton, or heel Cody Rhodes versus heel Randy Orton potentially as the finals of the King of the Ring tournament? Now, I don't know. I'm just sort of spitballing here. Rumors, predictions, potentially things might happen. But with all that said, I think this back half June moving forward will be the best part of John Cena's heel run, because he has a babyface like CM Punk. And then I would love to see maybe in November and December he turns back to the John Cena of old, comes to his senses, sort of gets saved by someone or something, and he ends his career as the babyface, as the greatest of all time, John Cena as the person we know and love as the face of WWE for the last 25 years. So those are some of my thoughts, but I mean, he's been at every single major WWE PLE since the start of January. That's impressive. That's work rate. That's commitment. That's doing the thing he said he was going to do, which is like be there the whole year for his farewell tour, and I love it. I'm about it, and I think business is about to pick up. The King and Queen tournaments are amazing. We're probably going to see that Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes match, which we really, really want to see, and that could lead to something with John Cena. We have CM Punk and John Cena going at it. We have R-Truth and Ron Killings in the mix. Things are about to pick up in the summer, heading into SummerSlam, which is now a 2-night event. Things are going to get heated, and I love it. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.